Yo, what's up, dudes? Anyway, packing up my stuff, about to hit the road again, and I got a hold of the guy that I hadn't been able to get a hold of all day yesterday. He had to work late, I guess, and so anyway, he's gonna be home all day today, so we're gonna go look at that. And what is this? Like, my wife, this is something for fitness? Weena. Somebody come look at this.
Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
Look at this. What? Alright. You want to see my wiener? I also want you guys to know, like an hour after I washed my truck yesterday on the video, it downpoured. Like, heavy storm, like bad, horrible things. It's what happens. That's why I don't like to wash my shit. It was nice as could be. I washed it, an hour later, downpours. It's what happens. It's what happens, Stu. He loves this cat basket, window cat basket. Yeah? Too lazy to be in today's episode. Yeah? Alright. We'll leave you alone.
Lazy ass number 2. What? She doesn't chatter. She doesn't talk. Stewie talks. She just looks at you. Oh, pet me.
Also, guys, on this Harbor Freight polisher, it works awesome. But right here, where this handle screws in, it's stripped out in here. Now I can screw it in this side, but I assume it's going to do the same thing that this side did. It's just from the vibrations and stuff. I can screw the handle in, but it just keeps spinning. So, oh well. I mean, I can still polish without it. I don't need the handle, it just kind of helped. But I can put it on this side and do it, but, you know, whatever. At least it still works. I ain't taking it back to Harbor Freight because of that. So I just so happened to park in the perfect spot. So when I had to hook it up, this is like a ramp. Normally this thing's very easy to hook up. And I had pretty much had to park there because it was the easiest way to get my door open. Oh well, it's hooked up. Oh, there's something I wanted to do before I left. This thing's still shifting back and forth. And because I got a little bit of play here, I'm gonna try something. I have rubber in the basement. These rubber pads that go on like under a battery tray for a 4-wheeler. I'm gonna try to fit one in here so it takes up the slack. So let me go do that real quick. Alright, so I got this. I don't know if it's going to be too thick or not. I'm going to try. Looks like it's going to fit. Look at that. Let me put it in there a little deeper. A little deeper. Get her deeper. That's what she said. Ah. Okay. That made it snug. That's for sure. Now if I can fit... Yeah. I bet you that works. And then being rubber, this will tighten down on it. Let's see now. Them bolts are still letting it swivel some. Alright, so here's what I came up with. Ratchet strap. They're tight. Pulled it tight. Ratcheted the slack over here and then tied it up here. I'm only doing this because this is like an hour drive and I just do not want it wiggling. So, I mean, that might have fixed it, but this right here, once I get a car on, it doesn't do it, but just towing it free, it sucks. So, this is what I am doing. Yeah, it'll work. I got a little issue. That spider that was in my truck yesterday's episode, I got in this morning and there was a cobweb right here. What I did was smush them in a napkin and put them in the door. I pulled the napkin out today and there's nothing in it. So it's like a super spider and he's still alive and he's in my truck somewhere and I don't know where. He came out of the headliner. He's redoing his web, you son of a bitch! I also want to add something here. I seafoamed my truck right after my last oil change, I think it was, just through the intake to clean the inside of the engine because these 5.3s are known with the displacement on demand. The back to
say a command for additional commands. Say down.
GPS, shut up! What was I saying? You ruined my concentration. If you remember right, there's a video back. I started it up after I watched the video. There's a lot of blue smoke that came out when I started my truck up, and before that oil change, I actually had to add oil to my truck. My low oil light came on, and I checked it, and it was at the bottom of the dipstick, and I was like, crap. Well, I changed my plugs and wires, and when I did that, my back two plugs were like carbon completely across, and so I did all of that, and then I did the seafoam treatment. Since I've done the seafoam treatment, my truck has not used a drop of oil. It doesn't smoke anymore. So what I'm assuming is the rings were all carboned up on the back cylinders, and after the seafoam treatment, it cleaned all of that out. And this thing runs great now. So I do suggest if you get a vehicle with higher miles on it, seafoam treatment will work wonders on it, especially if it's burning oil. And I will say, I know the Xterra is burning a little bit of oil, so I'm probably going to do a seafoam treatment on that in the future. I got a lot of work to do to that Xterra, but I want to get the body work and my bed liner paint job done first, and then we'll do more of the work on it. But we will do a seafoam treatment on it as well. Alright, so I'm back real close to that Sheets that I was at yesterday, and I sat and waited there for a little bit. I got an address from the guy. We're almost there. We are 10 minutes out. So I'm hoping it's good. He told me on the phone that he wanted me to know before I came down that it has a little bit of rust on it, and that kind of worries me because I couldn't see any in the picture. So we'll have to see what it looks like and what. I mean, regardless from what I've seen, even with the rust, it looks worth it. But we'll check it out. So apparently it's at the top of this hill somewhere. His address, it's not in the GPS. It's also not on Google Maps. It's a car garage, I guess. It's someplace he works. It's where it's at. But he gave me another road that attaches to it. He said it's at the top of this hill. We're going up over a mountain. He was not lying about the rust. I'm passing on it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, no. It is nice up here. He's got like a garage, and it's just like lots of area. He's into the Chevys. But it was a Mazda 3. Right there is the main damage. But the rocker is gone. Underneath that side skirt, there's nothing. Like there was nothing left there to even like work on. The rocker panels were completely gone on the driver's side. Passenger side there was a little bit left. he also buys them. He said his dad buys them at Copart, and yeah, I said it. But he buys them sight unseen, and that was one of me purchased, and they're not fixing it either. It's the same deal. So I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of this other guy. I'm kind of excited about it, but I can't get a hold of that guy either. But he's in this area, so I'm gonna try to contact him. Now, I don't ever suggest doing this because I feel like it's kind of stalkerish, but I can't get a hold of the kid about the car, so I looked his name up and the town he was from Google, and I got a road. I didn't get his address, but I got the road that he supposedly lives on, and it's not far from here, so I'm just gonna drive there and see if I can see the car or find the car, and then I'll get a hold of somebody once I'm there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. This might just be a no-go. This might just not be my weekend to get a car. I've never been here in my life. Some back road stuff, but I turn up here very shortly onto McCoysville Road, which is supposedly where the guy lives. But this is just a huge gamble. Maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't. Alright, so this is the road that is supposedly where he lives and where the car may be. So I need to drive it slow and hope that I see it. I figured out why I can't get a hold of this guy as well. There's no cell phone service here. I have not had cell phone service since I've been on this road at all. So I can't even look the ad back up. I've been driving down this road. I'm coming to a stop sign now. I'm going to try to look for some local people. There was some back there. I might have to turn around and go back. But I'm going to try to find some local people and ask if they know this guy. I asked one local so far, and he doesn't know him. An older guy. So we'll try again up here. There was a bunch of people back here in this one little intersection or whatever. One thing I noticed back here in this valley, everybody waves at everybody back here. Everybody's waving at me like they know me, which I find kind of nice. It's like everybody back here is pleasant, it seems. I'm sorry, but these people that put their cars for sale on Facebook, they must really not want to sell their cars that bad, because I message people and they don't get back to me. I'm like, man, when I have something on there for sale and somebody messages me, I'm on top of that. I message them back ASAP. But it's not how it's working. You find a decent car on there. I'm looking at a Volkswagen Jetta GLS. It's a 1.8 turbo, and I got hit in the front. Driver's side, needs suspension work and a fender. It's a stick shift also, but this guy's not messaging me back. I'd like to know what kind of response this is. I asked the guy about the Jetta and sent a couple messages. He just got back to me. I said in my messages, I have a YouTube channel, I restore cars, I'd like to take a look at it. I get a message back from him that says, I can't get inside the fence. That's it. That's all I got. Of course, this is how everything's been going down. I'm back in Lewistown, and the kid with the second car that I really wanted to find, that I looked up an address and drove down that road, just got back to me. So he's been really busy, but he still has the car. So I am going to look at it now. Ooh, a little bit of tire spin there.
Right,
oh yeah, but I got a half an hour drive, so I'm going back because I kind of really want it. Yep, drove right past this place, and I know I even looked at it, but it's right up here. I can't believe I didn't see this sitting up here. So I bought the car. I'll tell you the main reasons I bought the car. runs and drives. Besides that, that's about it. I really like these. This one's not a good image of it, of what one should look like. But, I'll be real honest. I put it up online as is right now with offers to see. I may just get rid of it. If I don't get rid of it, I think my plan for it to be, it's not going to be to fix everything. It's just going to be to make it drivable, basically. The whole thing could use repainted. That's not going to happen. Mainly, it needs exhaust work, a windshield. I would like to put a radio in it. It needs a radio and some pieces put back together. And I might do a cheap paint job when there's black parts on it. I might. But main goal with this one is to get it running and driving so it'll pass inspection, and then that's my goal, so I can sell it cheap, like very cheap, because I already got it very cheap. We'll just call this one the cheap heap. This one's got me a little worried, boys. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie to you. This thing is a lot of work, but basically, it is a clean title, and to get it roadworthy again, it has the main essentials. It has a good running engine with 160,000 on it. It has a new clutch. It has brand new tires the whole way around. Brand new brake pads and calipers. There is a valve cover gasket inside the car, brand new, Felpro, which needs to go on this engine. It needs a new latch cable for the hood, because what happened here is he was driving it and the hood flipped up and hit the windshield and busted the windshield. But the engine is actually pretty clean. You see my jumper cables on here because his ground is bad. So I made a ground with my jumper cables, which actually worked pretty darn good. So actually the one cable came off and it's still working. Huh. But a bunch of new belts. Like he said, new timing belt, Canon filter. We'll probably use the oil changed. But yeah, and there's some stuff underneath. But basically windshield, hood latch, and these exhausts. It's very loud because the kid who had it wanted it to be loud, so he disconnected it behind the cat, and the exhaust is just hanging there. The rest of the exhaust is there. The whole exhaust is here. It's just not attached. And there is a hole in the flex pipe up here, so that's the only thing that's bad on the exhaust. So I'm probably I might just go ahead and hook it up now. Let's put the single ramps. I didn't video that. It's obnoxiously loud. This is a brand new bumper on here anyway. They were slowly working into making it a nice car, but the kid went to prison. Check that out. It's still inspected. Oh my. Oh my. So they were actually driving this. Huh. Does anybody know a quick fix for this? Can we sand this down and just clear it? Will that look decent? Or will it not? Because all of this clear coat is coming off in a lot of places. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it, but we'll see. I honestly would like to make this thing awesome, but I just don't know that the potential is there on this thing. Well, 2 lies already. Asked the kid if it was in an accident. He goes, no, I don't think so. Can you see this?
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
You see the bumper support right there? Let's hit on this side. Looks like everything's, straight over here. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe that wheel's too far back. It is really far back. Let me look over here. Oh yeah. He was driving it like that? Alright. So it needs some suspension parts over here, I'm thinking. Is this, no, that wheel's definitely sitting in there too far back. The fender's not sitting on there right either. This needs to be straightened out. This fender needs to come off. Another thing, the exhaust, he said, was just disconnected. No, it's not. The bolts are rusted and the exhaust broke off. I mean, right where the flange is, so it needs new flanges. So that needs fixed. Yeah, I mean, it runs. That's one thing going for it. Now I do have the exhaust back in place. I need to get in here and see this control arms and shit back here. Yeah, definitely not that much room over here. But I had the exhaust just butted together. It sounds a lot better. Is it coming out the back a little bit? Yeah. It'll be even quieter once that's taken care of. But I got the top up. As you can see, the seal right here needs replaced. The other side's fine. The seat's tore. Could probably stitch that back together, honestly. Door panel is glued together. That one's in. A lot of this stuff, it's just, yeah, definitely rough. Okay, back windows are up. Front windows are up. The AC does not work. I mean, I didn't expect it to, but I don't know. Maybe we could, I have Freon, maybe I ought to try to charge it, see if it'll take a charge.
I don't even need to try to hook it up. Right here's the two belts. Right there's the AC compressor. Not hooked up. So, I guess we're gonna have to get a longer belt and try it. I almost want to, but I don't know. I know why now. The compressor shot. Listen. Yep, it's shot. Oh yeah. Well, the alternator appears new. The timing belt, I don't know if you guys can see it, appears new. Engine is clean. All stock, airbox, everything, that's at least good. It might be better to part this thing out. I don't know. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm gonna take this fender off though. I need to see what the damage looks like. Just throw it in there. Don't worry about straightening that out. I still can't really see back in behind the wheel. Let's throw some jack stands under this side and then look under the wheel. Okay, so that headlight is broken. I don't know if the other one is. I'm just assuming it's this one because it was hit here. Here's the damage. I will say the frame rail is straight. That's one good thing. The crash bar in the front, this piece, is bent, which is not really going to hurt much anything. It's turned in just a tad. Bumper still fits up. Right here is the main damage. This is going to be hard to straighten this back out. But that's what needs to be done to get this to fit right. The fender is up too high because this is pushed down. This is pushed up because it kinked it. So, yeah. And you can tell they worked on it. Right there's some, yeah. I'm at a loss for words right now. I'm almost thinking about just taking this to a scrapyard, just junking it. I'm gonna regroup my thoughts. I'm almost 99% sure I am probably just gonna scrap this car. Take the loss, I'll take the L, and get it out of here. I don't think it's gonna be a good one to fix up. There's no way I'll be able to fix this. There's just more stuff. The kid lied to me, and there's way more stuff to it, and it's just like the interior. There's so many pieces missing on the interior that needs finished. There's a rust hole right there in the rocker. The side skirts are missing. Front bumper markers, the wiring harness looks like it's been cut and spliced. Air conditioning, windshield, the top isn't sealing right. But the exhaust, like this is a full-fledged project that I'm not ready to take on right now because my garage isn't here, and it's going to be taking up space, and I can't have it right now. So I will say I only paid $400 for it, so not like I'm like not too upset, not losing an arm and a leg. I'm gonna regroup. What I'm gonna do is throw the door panels back on this, because originally I was thinking that we were going to paint the door jambs and or the insides of the doors to make it match. I really don't care at this point. They're gonna be black. It's a dark blue color, so it's not really gonna be too far off. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the door panels back in. Gotta scrape this stuff off, and this is going to Jerry's because I need to get it out of here. I figured out why the driver's side headlight wasn't working on the Subaru. I didn't have it plugged in. I do tell you what, I do like the way these Subarus ride. They ride so nice. It's smooth. It's the steering's precise. Wow, okay. Steering's a little sloppy. It's not as precise as that Cruise was. But it's just, everything just works, you know? And it works good. It rides nice. AC works good now that I charged it. It just, yeah. I think this is going to be a good test drive. Works good. You know, I keep beating myself up over it, but I can't hit a home run every time. Part of me just wanted an Eclipse. I like that body style, and it was a stick shift, and it ran. I thought, yeah, we can fix this up. It's too far gone at this point, and I have it up for sale for what I paid for it. So, you know, just to give somebody else a chance if they want to fix it up. But I did put on there that it needs a lot of work. I'm not lying to anybody like the guy that gave it to me did. I'm gonna tell him what all I saw, you know, and you know, you just gotta be honest. For somebody that wants it for themselves to fix it up, and it's worth it, you know, because you can't find those, and when you do find them, they're like that one basically, and you know, it is what it is. I'll take the loss on this one, and it doesn't hurt me that bad, so I'm not really, you know, I'm not gonna cry myself to sleep tonight, that's for sure. But Subaru works good. Happy with it. I am highly impressed with how straight this thing is and no wobbles. Because remember, it had a spare up here on the front, and the original rim was bent and busted, and I don't even think it needs an alignment. I'll be honest with you, it's pretty straightforward. I do have one bad thing to report. With the air conditioning on, every now and then I get a stutter, and you can hear a little squeak, and it's the belt up there. I think the AC compressor clutch is kicking. I probably need to put a little bit more free on it. It's blowing freaking cold, like freezing cold, but I only put one can in it. I need to see what it actually takes, and maybe it takes a little bit more and it's just borderline, so it's kicking on and off. But every now and then I'll get a little stutter. If I shut the AC off, it goes away, but it only happens for like a second. You know what? No, I'm gonna blame you guys. I'm blaming you guys for me getting that crappy car, because I feel like I have to get another project every time I sell a car. No, I'm just kidding. I want to get some better judgment. So, but basically, I get rid of that Eclipse. We're gonna stick to the two projects I have, which is a Subaru, which it'll be almost done, and the Xterra, which is going to be a little bit more extended. We're just going to stick to these two for a little bit. So I hope you guys like those two, because that's what you're going to get. That's what you get.
Alright, so let's go over some stuff here. Yes, I made a mistake. Is this car fixable? Yes, it's fixable. This would be a better project for somebody who wanted to keep it. You know, I'm doing like non-profit, not profit loss, and that's what I would be at with this till you fixed it right. I did put the fender on there better. As you can see, there has to be suspension damage because that wheel sits back in there further than the other side. Look at the gap. The front core support is pushed back because of this damage here. Either that or the hood's just not on there right, because that hood latch hits in front of the latch.
Which it could be. And that being bent and everything, that front of that hood probably needs to be bent down more. I don't know. That hood is shot. Windshield, the top, right here, this is supposed to be down onto that fabric here, which is, it's not. Ground strap's bad on the battery. I have a jumper cable on there. Needs exhaust work. Flex pipe's bad. The flange behind the cat's bad. Guy said there was no rust on it. Right there. That looks pretty rusty there. There's a rust hole in the rocker on the other side. Also, this headlight, because of that being pushed back, is just zip tied right there. It's not on. Missing marker lights, missing interior pieces. Paint work. The cable to release the fuel door. Well, the cable's there. The mechanism that releases it is not there. Basically, I'm trying to sell this for cheap. Basically, what I paid for it. I didn't pay hardly anything for it, so it's not like I'm out that bad. But I'm trying to sell it because this is just not a good project. I jumped on it too fast. Made a bad decision. It happens. If I don't sell it here shortly, I'm gonna start taking parts off of it. Like, these tail lights are good. I can sell those. The wheels and tires, I will take those off. I need to get some steel wheels or something that I can put on the whole way around. And I will probably pull the motor because it has a good motor. But, like, stuff being frank, the seat, door, there's the door panel, what they did here. Glued that in. Speakers, I can probably take the speakers out. They look like they're somewhat decent. That one's zip tied in. Missing the centerpiece there. The dash lights don't work, and they put little itty bitty lights there that are plugged into like a cigarette outlet in here, and there's a switch right there for them, but they don't work. So yeah, I got hosed, but it's the name of the game. I'm gonna go back to sticking with salvage title cars now, because they're nicer than them. But if you like this, go check out some of the other videos, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out!